Recently, a lively music festival organized by local youths in Hukuxia Village, Gushan Town, Yongkang City, Zhejiang Province, has transformed this humble village into a fashion hub. Under the stage, young people swayed to the music and strolled around the creative market, creating a lively atmosphere. Among them were paper-cutting artists returning from Shanghai, second-generation farmers who gave up their annual salaries of millions of yuan, and entrepreneurs who are bringing the concept of urban health to the countryside. This is not a one-off event, but a vivid example of Yongkang's efforts in recent years to promote young people returning to their hometowns to start businesses in the countryside. To date, the city has trained 1,207 agricultural entrepreneurs, attracting more and more young people to the countryside. They come with ideals and career aspirations, not only bringing new ideas to the countryside, but also bringing new business models and trends, and creating new communities. When asked why he returned to his hometown, agricultural entrepreneur Jin Shenhao said, "The countryside not only brings opportunities but also warmth." He used to work as a paper-cutting artist in Shanghai, and now he has set up a studio called Zhejiang Paper Design in Hukuxia Village, trying to incorporate ancient techniques into the packaging of local specialties. Many agricultural products are of excellent quality, but their packaging lacks innovation, making it difficult to sell them at good prices. "I want to use creative methods to give them a new look and help them escape oblivion," Jin Shenhao said. Li Huadong, who worked in the venture capital circle in Shanghai for 10 years, returned to his hometown, Shuyan Village, Tangxian Town, and established the Yongkang Youth Guide community, gathering a group of interesting and ambitious young people. Li Weibin, second-generation wheat farmer, gave up his door and window business in Guangdong and returned to Yongkang to take over his father's farmland, promote mechanized farming, and also lead a group of young people to participate in agricultural socialization services. They no longer regard the countryside as a temporary residence, but as a new main stage for their careers and lives. Young people return to their hometowns full of enthusiasm, but how to ensure that they stay, start a business and succeed? Yongkang's solution is to create fertile ground, foundation and support. Jin Shenhao's case of starting a business in his hometown is a typical example. Living rent-free for 3 years, he started a business with minimal burden, and the pressure of sharing revenue later on was also greatly reduced. Similar, policy spring rains can be felt throughout rural Yongkang. In Tangxian Town, agricultural entrepreneurs who moved into the Goose Brigade Common Prosperity Agricultural Innovation Zone, which was renovated from an abandoned school, not only received rent exemptions for the first 2 years, but also received government-subsidized agricultural innovation loans. In Gushan Town, with Hukuxia Village as the center, 7 surrounding villages are linked together, and groups of young people are settling there. They receive a package of support measures, including technical guidance, skills training, and marketing support, allowing them to start their businesses without worry. At the Entrepreneurship Service Center of the Yongkang Municipal Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the reporter observed that people often stopped in front of the policy information wall, reflecting the transformation of the government's role from manager to service provider. Based on this foundation, Yongkang has continuously established platforms based on industrial planning, and along the key county-town village center development axis, 12 youth rural practice stations have been built. These stations cover a wide range of fields, including agricultural machinery and equipment, e-commerce marketing, rural activities, animal husbandry and farming, becoming centers for resource connection and innovation incubation. As a result, each practice facility shows its own strengths. For example, the Yanggula Yujin Dachin restaurant, in Dachin Village, Qiansong Town, is both a communal kitchen and a creative space. Li Yao, an agricultural entrepreneur in the village, and a returned doctor came up with the 5+2 health management method. Here, city dwellers come to the village on weekends for agricultural therapy, while villagers receive remote consultations with experts from top hospitals. It is worth mentioning that, in order to strengthen the community consciousness of young people, through the Agricultural Entrepreneur Development Association, Yongkang regularly organizes startup seminars, resource connection meetings, and rural night chat, building a comprehensive support system including work plus life plus social interaction. By selecting startup mentors to guide on finance, operation and technology, young entrepreneurs no longer have to fight alone. In rural Yongkang, the wave of young people moving to the countryside is no longer simply a homecoming trend, but a profound change in values. Li Weibin gave up his high-paying job to grow rice because producing an extra 200 caddies of rice per mu of land is more fulfilling than making doors and windows. Tong Xiaoshan transformed from an urban worker into an agricultural entrepreneur because helping fellow countrymen sell local products in the city is more reassuring than signing big contracts. Behind these choices is an awakening to the value of the countryside as a stage of life. A relevant official from the Yongkang Municipal Bureau of Agriculture and Rural Affairs said that the youth's return to the countryside is a process of two-way empowerment. Rural areas need youth to break through long-standing information barriers and industry homogeneity, while youth also need rural areas, where costs are lower, scenarios are more realistic, and policies are more realistic. In the future, Yongkang will continue to provide three-way support through the policy system, platform network, and service mechanism, turning rural areas into a new blue ocean for them to realize their dreams.